What's up guys, welcome back. We are playing the new Aurelion Soul and this is after the nerfs. They turned him into a scaling champion, so of course you guys may or may not know, but scaling champions, that is what I like to play. So this is a champion I'll be playing a lot now and later on as well. And E-start of course, because you want to have it executing the, minions early on so you can start stacking up the passive. We got a little bit scammed because I thought it was Gragas mid, so I have MR runes and I think Renekton has armor, so that sucks a bit. And also they're jungler and they're mid pre-mates, like smurfing duo I think. But honestly it's like the same thing in every matchup, is that you just go completely passive and only prioritize farming up with the passive, of course also getting the gold. And if the opponent is roaming, we don't follow that unless we can get a guaranteed, win out of it, like winning the fight. Because I'm not going to roam and then risk my entire lane. So if somebody's roaming, ping they're missing, and if your teammates don't follow up, it's their fault, man. Like, nothing else we can do about it. Right, nice. We got the cannon minion stack. Some people like to go for minion dematerializer. Main use for that is that you use all procs on the cannon minions. It executes and it also works for their E, since you still get the stack. That is honestly the only reason that you should be using minion dematerializer, if you want to. And another thing here is that I have that MR rune, the one that gives a shield, that also sucks a bit because I can't really use it in this matchup. I don't think Kled has any magic damage. But we are getting a couple stacks here, that's fine. You should not be expecting to get a lot early on. It's just not happening, especially when you, or if you play like in diamond and above, like we are right now. But they will pressure you a lot more. So I made a mistake using my E right here. I should have saved it for the cannon, but it's okay. It's not too bad early on. And also, they can't really cancel out your flight, your W flight. It only works with hard CC, so if Cassiopeia drops down the W for example, or Garen, Flash Q, silence you, it's not going to cancel it out. It's only hard CC, so that's really nice. Early game fight starting, we'd love to see that playing a scaling champ. It's always a complete 50-50, man. Nothing happens, so that's nice. So we just go back to farming and try to stack up. I like having the biscuit because it stacks with its hair, like the scaling of the Sarah's Embrace. So scale a bit better and you also get some sustain in the lane, I don't know, what is my support doing mid? Is he trying to counter gank? Okay, alright. Yeah, I don't know guys, this always happens, I don't know why. Like what are they trying to do? And then Super Jungle also coming in, he also wants to give away a couple kills, why not? Yikes, I did not get to buy. Unlucky. I had to like TP immediately because I wanted to help out, but we got declared, so nice. We can just recall afterwards. I feel like the main issue when you play this champ is that people don't understand it's a scaling champ. He's not what he used to be. He was strong early game before, like early to mid game. Now he's like a Kassadin. Early game. And people don't understand that, especially not junglers, so they constantly try to force fights and think that you can help out. And I'm not helping, like it's not happening. I'm just staying mid, AFK farming, scaling up, and then I'll carry the game. Okay, Kled has the Tiamat, so he has a bit better weight clear. Gonna put a ward up here, so you know, it makes it a bit easier to spot the Fiddlesticks, cause that ward displays, you know, both sides. If you place it in the brush, then you can only see the river side. And also, you know, Fiddlesticks like to ult from the wall, you know, from the other side of the wall. Rip bot lane, pinging was not enough apparently. But this is what Kled does, so yeah, it should not come as a surprise, but I don't know if there was anything they could do about it. Oh man, too low HP. I mean, they got the Kled, so it's not too bad. I don't think I can do anything here though, because it's early game Aurelion. I should not be moving. Yeah, such a... This is what I said, you should not move. Like, me moving here was so dumb. But I thought that if Kled somehow survived with no HP, I might have been able to get him. But like, see, the ultimate has such a big delay to it, so... You're not really going to hit people unless they're CC'd or don't have any mobility whatsoever. Always like W back to lane, guys, so you can like fly over the base here. Saves you a little bit of time, and also because your W almost has no cooldown, so it's gonna be back up by the time you are back in lane, almost. I had to spam ping, nothing else I can do, honestly. Because like, he picked a champ that's really strong ultimate game, and I picked one that's really weak at that point in the game, so I don't have any prio. Like, no prio at all. So I just give everything up and I just farm and hope my teammates don't die too much. I feel like they always want to force it for whatever reason, I don't know why. But AD carry is actually doing well in the lane. Just drop down the E, like in the center of the minion wave, so it drags everything in here. But if possible, you want to like make sure that you're staying in the site. It's super easy to do when you get level 9, because that's when you have the perma Q up, so you can basically spam your Q. You can keep it going until you don't have any mana left. But when you drop down the E, you want to focus the front minions, like the melee minions, because they are the ones that are the most... they are the tankiest ones. Also, the nullifying orb is not too bad, because the Fiddlesticks ult, it does help against the Fiddlesticks and also the Gragas and the Bard, I guess, so it's not too bad, but it really sucks to have that in the lane against, you know, 80 matchup. Kled can ult bot. I pinged, but nothing else to do. And I also cannot walk too far up because of Fiddlesticks. Yeah, and he's bot. They survived, it seems like, so that's great. Right here, you know, you had to like be in the side of the way. The reason I did not go to the side here is because we don't see Fiddlesticks. He could be ulting. He's top right now, but we did not see him previously, you know, so... Maybe he could have jumped on us, we don't know, so that's why I'm just playing it out safe. We got the level 9, so this is fun time. Now I just have that perma Q, so it's a lot easier to farm passive stacks. So this is why you should really start snowballing the passive stacks. Early game is really rough to get those going, but now it should be a lot easier. You should be able to get the entire wave a lot of the time. So just let them push in, and then if you have to, you auto attack the minions a couple times and just kill it all with E. Easy, got the entire wave. So that's honestly all you care about doing here, and also farming up and getting the core items. We can sell the refillable since we don't need it anymore, and then we can get the Rod of Ages. I'm gonna save the E for the cannon here. Almost got the entire wave, but you can see now we can really start stacking up the passive really fast. Way easier when you have some AP and you also have level 9 for that perma Q, way easier to do. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I know I'm going to die here because they have a lot of CC to like cancel out my Q. And I don't have damage at this point, so I'm not going to do it. Normally I would leave this wave up, but this guy just sucks, so we'll just take him in. Like, he's losing so hard. The funny thing is that he's blaming like the enemy jungle and the mid for him losing lane, but he also got solo killed with Ignite. So you don't need to leave anything up for the laners, just take everything for yourself. It would be a different thing if your laner was winning and they just died to a jungle gank, but this guy's just completely losing, so it's better that I have the resources. You see like on the bot right there, when he's super low HP, within the execution range of your E, that icon, like he will turn red. It's HP bar, similar to like when they're within execution range for like Cho'Gath ults. The HP bar turns red, so it's a nice way for you to see when your E will actually get the kill. And that threshold will increase as you get more passive stacks. So it becomes like really OP when it starts, you know, executing when they have like 10% HP left or more. That's insane in fights. Top of also like working as CC and having damage as well. It's like a lot of things in one ability. I don't know what Caitlyn is doing. Like, we saw the people on the other side, like behind, and she still walked up. Nice. It's a miracle that we have not died yet so far. This is one thing you can do here, guys, like what I did, is that if you drop down the E a bit further, like out of your tower range, when people are sieging, they can't really do it, because if they try to poke you under the tower would aggro them, because the minion's out of range. Man, that was also a bit troll for me, so I died when I should not have, so I actually trolled like my teammates did. I also wasted that Giga ult. I should have kept it, I think. I don't think there's any way for me to kill any of those. That sucks quite a bit. Honestly, I think the highest amount of passive stacks I got on this champ was like 500, 550 passive stacks. Usually games last, you know, I think a normal game would be around 300 to 400, because games don't last too long. If you go into the late game, then of course you might be able to get a lot more. But around 400, that's probably what you can expect most of your games if you're farming up well.
If you ask me, we have set the bar too low for simplicity.
Right, the flash is out and we got a couple stacks from the passive. And our super top died again. Nice to see. Most useful player I have ever seen, for sure. We just have to hover. I think I just farmed top honestly, so I can also defend. Like, we have 0 and 5 top, and he's building double MR right now. If he meets Kled in the side lane, he just gets shredded. Always farm the entire way with your E guys at this point in the game. Always do that. It's troll to do anything else. They are trolling, it seems like. And we got a massive shutdown. Good ultimate, but that kinda messed up our plans. And we still lost the fight, despite having, or them not having the jungler. But we're still in the mid game, you know, so we still get to scale up. This is just our weak point. Not the weakest, but a weak point for sure. This jump starts to become a problem when you have your mythic item, you have the Rylai's, and then you have the Archangels transformed. Passive stacking up way faster because we just destroy the waves now. 157 stacks, 18 minutes in the game, so we will definitely have way more stacks than the timer soon. Also, like, if you want to increase your DPS to the maximum, make sure that you are in flight while using your Q. That way you don't have to be stationary, but it also increases the damage of your Q. I'm just gonna hover here in case, you know, he gets ganked or something. I guess I had to go bot because he's split pushing. It starts becoming risky for me when I had to defend that tier 2, because Phil6 could be ulting from, you know, the side of the wall, but he just did the Herald, so he's not here. So it's safe to TP. It is so satisfying having that E, you know, execute minions, and just knowing that every time you do that, you scale up better than before. Looks like a good way for us to engage here. Oh man, that was insane. That's it. That's what we needed. Just had to get the Jhin. Because he had another shutdown. We just got all of the shutdowns on that team, I think. It's over. It's actually over. Like, Aurelion Cell got his items now. Need the Rylai's and the Archangels, and it's GG's. Despite having a Giga inting top, losing jungle. And also bot lane struggled a bit because they got roamed on, so... Miracle that we somehow managed to get that, but I think the Phil6 also went way too ham with that ult. Man, this is GG's, man. We just got the Rylai's and the Archangels in one purchase. Now just need to like have it transformed finally. And when that happens, it's over. It's also like the reason you don't want to start with the tier, because you always buy it as your third item, so by the time you get to buy the Archangels, it is transformed most of the time. In this case, you know, I got a bunch of kills, so I just got a lot of gold in a short amount of time, so I got it super early on. Like in a normal game, by the time you have enough gold to buy the Archangels, it will already be fully stacked. So there's no reason to like start with the tier and worsen your early game even more. Giga ult is super ready to go. EC got the item active off, so that's basically a dash gun from his kit. We just need to force a fight here, but I also want to make sure we're not stacked. And why is Renekton not going top? I actually don't think he will do anything in the fights, so he might as well just go top. And we just got the free level from the Rod of Ages. I trolled this one so hard, man. I should not have done that. Yikes. This was a free win in the fight, because also I had the Giga ult, but these are the kind of mistakes you don't want to do. Like when they have such a heavy engaged team like Bard ults, Blade ult and Fiddlesticks ult, and even Jhin ult. That's like the worst thing you can do. But they got 2 players on that team, and you can also see that ultimate. I used it and it still helped out because like it will hit the entire enemy team. Like they will be within range. Of course, there was like a Sonya saving the Fiddlesticks, I think, from dying to my ult, but still, it hit the entire team. And also, if they're like within the initial blast range, they will also get knocked up with the Giga ult. I'm using my stuff in flight to like increase the damage because we need all the damage we can get right now. And he just executed, so that's really nice because it does not care about the shields or anything. When they get to that HP threshold, they're gone. And look at that E range now, guys. That's insane. Remember, it only executes in the center, but it's a lot easier to do now because the hitbox is so massive. Of course, we just keep farming. All the time, we always farm even if you're full build because we can always get stronger unlike most other champs. Only the really heavy scaling champs will keep getting stronger, like, you know, Senna, Yeager, so on. They have MR on the Kled and probably other people will start buying it too, so we can just, you know, opt into the Void stuff now. Not sure what that was about. What? I don't think Jhin has flash up. That's pretty free. I don't know what they're doing, but I actually think that slow saved DK lane from getting flashed on. And Kled is pushing bot, but we can just do the Baron. Aurelion Soul can destroy the Baron because you have a lot of maximum health damage on in your kit, especially that Q. Every time your Q procs, look at that burst damage. I'm not gonna recall yet. When I have some CS I can pick up here so I can get the white stuff. That's gonna be a huge purchase. And you can also opt into the Sonyas, but I only died twice this game, so I feel like I should be able to survive. Or hopefully. I can if I don't troll like I did the last 2 times. Let's get the void stuff and then we can look for a fight. Preferably before we fight, I want to have like the ult stacked up, because it's almost fully stacked. And that Giga ult, it really does everything in a fight. They would either have to use Sonya's or Bard ults, otherwise they have no way of dodging my ult. And that is so free. That is so free. And of course I will not be flying in there because I would just die for no reason again, so we're not gonna greet. Yeager ult almost there. Imagine I had the Giga ult right now, it would have killed the gen. Like, he would have been dead. Just from the, you know, second blast. And I think it also says it in the chat when you have it. I don't actually remember. Like, you can ping your own ultimate so you can see how many stacks. And your allies can see it. How many stacks you need. We'll just reset and then we start building the last component towards the death cap. And we are basically almost in the super late game. It's only 27 minutes, but you know, based on the items we have. Man, I just need a couple more stacks. That's all. If my E was up here, man, that's so unlucky. I really want the stack so bad. But also I feel like if I go and farm the wave, they're gonna die somehow. And just a couple minions and I have the ults. Well, I guess we don't need it, because we can just drop down. Well, that's it. That's pretty much over. We got to use that Giga ult to get the kill on the bot. It also did some damage onto the Gragas, so now I think we can just go ahead and end it. Should be over. But man, this is how you can carry on those killing champs despite having a losing team, you know? All I did this game was focus on farming. Really, I did not try to roam a lot. I actually don't even think I roamed this game, did I? I actually don't think. But that's it. GG's. Until next time.